Hey everyone, it's Vodka here with another episode of Learn with Vodka, except this time we are not going to be learning about matchups or how to play the game, but we're going to learn about how to do something cool with OBS. I watched a video on how to create an replay effect in OBS, so you can rewind back your footage to like 20 seconds ahead of time in the past, and then you can replay it over. So if you see something cool that'll happen, we just want people to see it again, to capture it one more time. You use this replay option and it just shows it again. It's actually pretty cool. It's a cool effect. And it's from this guy, Nutty's channel. He does all sorts of cool stuff about OBS and how to improve your streaming. So I've been kind of following him and trying out cool things. And his video is over here.
Is dynamic delay, which I talked about a couple weeks ago in one of my other
talking
videos.
about using
this
dynamic
is what's going
delay.
to allow you to do the rewinding, the fast forwarding, and even add slow-mo to your gameplay if you want to do that. And you're also going to need OBS shader filter to do that VHS distortion effect when you're rewinding and fast forwarding your gameplay.
So I'm going to leave a link to the video, his video, so you can follow his instructions on how to build the replay effect and how to hook it up to OBS. And essentially we're using a tool with filters and a tool called Touch Portal, which is essentially just another tool to help you program, but it's kind of like the dummy version of it. You don't actually have to write real code, just pseudocode, and it does it for you. So what he does is he actually makes it so you're controlling it manually, and you're hitting a button to when you want to replay it, and then you hit it again, fast forward back to your current time. And you'll see all that in his videos. So what I did was I didn't want to keep hitting it all the time and deciding when I want to do it. So for example, if I'm streaming in Fightcade, I wanted to just replay it after the game is over for the round, and somebody dies, and then some score ticks up, and then I can automatically replay without me having to hit a button all the time. So how can you do that? You can actually hook up Fightcade, because tell Fightcade to output when the game's over, and it increases the score on the top for you. So you can tell, Fightcade knows when somebody wins or somebody loses because it updates the score. So you can actually make it output the score into these text files you see I got shown up here. So the text files are under Fightcade emulators, FB Neo, Fightcade. And you'll see all these text files. So you look at score 1, it just has some number in it. That was the last score that it updated was 5. And for player 2, it was 2. So every time the score changes, these files get updated. And I think you actually may have to turn it on in the emulator itself in Fightcade. So in Fightcade, you'll want to go to Video, Fightcade, Save Overlay Data to Files. So you make sure this is checked. So when you have this checked, then it'll save it into those text files that I've shown you. So once you have that checkbox ticked, then you can those files will be dumped into this directory. Fightcade 2 emulators, FB Neo, Fightcade. And then you'll have the files that you can point to with your Touch Portal. When those text files get updated, what you can do is actually in Touch Portal, let me bring up Touch Portal. You can bring up Touch Portal and write some code, pseudocode for a button, which I have here called Auto Replay. If you don't know how to use Touch Portal, it's really not that hard. It's just the interface where you can make buttons, and then inside you can add some logic to it. So if you know anything about coding, it's not that hard. But if you're new to coding, there might be a little bit of a learning curve for you to be able to do this. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can do an action when you press the button, or in this case, I wanted an action to be performed when something happens, and then the computer detects something that's happened. In this case, I selected when file changes. So if you go to the side here, there's an event called under logic when file state changes. So then you just choose the file, which I chose here, player one text. And when anything changes to that file, then it starts to do this action. And all this logic is the same as you watch Nutty's video and how to make the replay happen, how to make it rewind back, add the special effects, and have it play for a while, and then fast forward back to your current time. So what I have here, as you can see, I changed the color corrections and had the VHS effect. I put in a special string to say rewind. I'll play some sound effects, and then it hits the key, which actually maps to the his dynamic replay plugin in OBS, and then which actually does the rewinding and rewinds it back to however seconds you set it before. And then I let it play for 11 seconds with the effect of the instant replay effect, and play for 11 seconds. And after that's done, I'll just fast forward back to my current time again. So essentially, this part of the logic in his video is that you press a button and it does a rewind, and you press the button again, and then it does the fast forward. But what I did is I made it automatic, so I don't need to press any buttons. The magic is that it detects the score has been updated in the text files, and it'll automatically rewind, watch for 11 seconds, then fast forward again. So the seconds and how quickly you're rewinding, you need to kind of calculate and play with that yourself. I have it set to, I think, 14 seconds to go in the past, because any more than that is too much footage, and any less than, like, you're not going to catch enough. So I thought 14 seconds was good. And it goes back, and then it'll play the last scene, and it ends pretty well. I'll show you a little example in the end of this video. And so that's what happens when the player 1 score gets updated, right? So you need to actually copy it again for also the player 2 score, because either the player 1 wins or player 2 wins. So you need to duplicate the actions. So either this file gets updated with the score or this one does. So it needs to detect when either one of them changes. So if the second player wins, then it executes the exact same logic that I have up here. And then it does the same thing. So I'll just go through this real slow. So in case you don't want to do any thinking, you just want to copy exactly what I made. All right. You can pause the video. And you just see what I have my settings set to. I'm going to save. Okay. And so now let me show you what happens when I actually hook it up and everything's working. So this is just a replay of somebody playing. You can even spectate and have it work. So the round's about to end, right? So right there, the score got updated. So that means the text file changed. And then bam, it triggered it. Trigger replay. Now it's showing the instant replay of what happens. Then it immediately fast forwards back to the next match, and then you're ready to go again. And that should be it. So if you have any questions on how to set this up, you're interested in setting this up, and hopefully you can follow along with this video. If you have any questions, just stop into my Discord. You can ask me, or you can subscribe to my or follow my Twitch. I'll be streaming now and then. You can see the effect in actual, when I'm actually playing, you'll see the effect happening. It's kind of cool. So thanks for watching, and yeah, like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.